Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video is, let's say, the soft skills for the close protection business, the real skills you need for the close protection business. Now, a lot of people that want to get in the close protection business or think they're in the close protection business put an emphasis on martial arts, firearms training, etc., etc. Okay, that's a small part of what you want to know. You need life skills. You need to be able to function as an adult. There's a lot of people out there, they might think they're adults. They might be old enough to be adults, but really they're still children. Sadly, there's a lot of these people trying to get into the close protection business, and sadly, a lot do. To some extent. But you need to be able to function as an adult. And a lot of the skills you need for the close protection business are life skills. You need to be able to function. You need to be able to operate. And by operate, I mean live your life without your mummy needing to do everything for you. Be able to go to the toilet without your mummy having to give you the toilet paper. Such things as functioning as an adult. I'll use one story as an example. And this has happened multiple times. I'll use this one course as an example. I was doing a course for two guys, private course in South Florida, and it didn't last the 4-day course. 4 or 5 day course, they didn't last because they were too special, I think. And the first day of the course, they're talking all their gung-ho stuff, etc. I'm talking about the different guns and the different technical specifications, the different rifling of different rifles and the barrels of different rifles and all the technical stuff, all the boring geek stuff, which to me, if you got time to know all the technical details for such things and overly know the technical details of such things, if you're not specifically an armorer, then you're wasting your time. There should be other things you should be concentrating on. What I say to people on my courses, or specifically on the courses, is think about, if you're doing a course with me, at the end of the day, the way you behaved, the way you operated, the way you went over your taskings, would you still have a job at the end of the day? Would you screw up that bad that the client would say, go home, we don't want you? Or would you still have a job at the end of the day? On our courses, we generally do live exercises. We get people out in the street. So simple exercise, find a way, this was South Florida, find a way to a shopping mall, a large shopping mall. So work out your routes, etc., etc. When you get there, we'll do a counter surveillance exercise. Did the exercise fine, etc. Large shopping mall. These guys are gung-ho, done this, done that, done everything. I mean, Rambo would be jealous. So, end of the exercise, call an index the exercise, we meet up, we have a coffee, debrief, etc. They done okay, nothing special, done okay. So I said to them, okay, let's go. Okay, well, they're looking around, let's go. So let's go back to your car. I've done this numerous times to numerous people, but these guys were specifically special. Why? Because they forgot where they parked their car. Large shopping mall, multiple car parks. So I said to them, okay, let's go. They didn't know where they parked their car. They was expecting me to take them back to the car. They were that hyped up on their being gung-ho and everything else that they forgot where they parked their car. So I said, I'll follow you. And they're looking at me like, what the F? I let them walk around for like 30 minutes trying to find their car. They couldn't find the car because they forgot what parking lot they parked it in. They forgot, well, I think they knew the floor they parked it on, but the shopping mall, I'm not going to mention it, had multiple car parks, multiple entrances, multiple exits, etc. And there's a few stores, a few chain stores that have multiple shops in that location. So these guys, by the end of the 30 minutes before I jumped in and said, come on, let's go, I'll take you back to the cars, I wouldn't say they were pissed. They were a combination of, they're pissed off at me for embarrassing them. There's also embarrassed in themselves. And I said to them, and I said to numerous people this, and I'm using these guys as an example because usually people learn from their mistakes, which is the best way to learn. And when people are doing courses with me, I say, I want you to make mistakes on the courses because you'll remember the mistakes. If you're perfect, no one's perfect. If you think you're perfect, then you got problems. I say to people, rather than telling you how good you are, I'll tell you your mistakes. I'll highlight your mistakes because they'll stick in your head. You'll remember them. I've learned most of my best lessons from making big mistakes. I said to these guys, as I said to multiple guys at the end of when I walked them back to their car, I said to them, do you think you'd have your job at the end of the day? If you're with your client and they want to go to the shopping mall and you go with them and you're shadowing your client at the shopping mall, and in the end they say, okay, let's go back to the car. You're like, where's the effing car? I forgot where the car is. Do you think your client's going to be happy? It's always easier to valet park. There's a hint, but maybe you don't want to valet park your car because you don't want a valet boy in your car. That valet boy girl in your car could be planting something, drugs, listening devices, etc., or stealing from your car. Client could have left valuables in the car, be it phones, pads, jewelry, or you could have firearms in the trunk of the car. So do you want somebody to valet park your car? So simple thing, you're working with a client, you're out and about with them and they say, go get the car, it's time to go, and you can't find the car. Are you still going to have a job at the end of the day? I don't think so. Pretty embarrassing, right? So you can be as gung-ho as you want. You can be as tactical as you want, but a simple lesson from this story, always remember where you park your car. Now, I've got a selection of books online specifically to do with security business, close protection business, etc. And we're throwing out a lot more of these videos that's going to give you tips and hints to do about the close protection, kidnap and ransom, personal security, businesses, etc. I'm also going to be throwing out a selection of interviews in the near future and talking to some interesting people about various aspects of the security business that they're experts in, and I'm not. Well, nobody's an expert, that they're qualified to talk about, they have this experience to talk about, and I don't. So follow us along on social media. If you're connected with me on social media, you've got relevant questions, please feel free to reach out and give me time and I will get back to you if it's a relevant question. So take care, be good, stay out of trouble, and if you can't stay out of trouble, do not get caught.